Good morning. It's Thursday, June 9th. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Amy Tan, Dean of HCC's English and Communication Division, and I'm filling in for Todd Duplantis. Happy to be here. And today I'm happy to welcome Parrish Murphy of HCCTV, who's going to help me co-host the show today. How are you doing, Parrish?
Well, Dr. Tan, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, I'm trying to just stay cool, stay out of the heat.
Stay inside.
That's right. That's the only answer.
That's the key.
Well, we're happy you all joined us here today. And you can always find us on HCCTV. And Parrish is going to tell us the other places you can find us.
Absolutely. We are live on Houston Community College District Facebook page. And we're also on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's right. And today we're going to be talking about Thursday, Family Fun Day. So we'll be getting ready to power up for summer. And Henry Yao, who is the PR and Promotions Director for the Children's Museum of Houston, is going to join us today for the Thursday virtual Family Fun Day guest. Good morning, Henry.
Hi, good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
We're excited to talk to you, and Parrish is going to be talking to you in just a few minutes, so hang on.
Awesome. Thank you.
Excellent. So first, we're going to get an update on all things strategic at HCC from someone who has an inside track. And that person is Dr. Melissa Miller-Waters. She is the Director of Accreditation Evaluation and Planning for our division, Strategy Planning and Institutional Effectiveness, which, if you're in the know, we call that SPY. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's always great to see you.
You too.
Before we get into SACS accreditation, please, can you tell our viewers what you do in your role and who you work with on your team?
Sure. I am newly serving as the Director of Accreditation Evaluation and Planning. And I report to Dr. Kurt Ewan, who is the Vice Chancellor of SPY. And I'm going to give you kind of a roundabout way to talk about what I'm doing on the team right now. Previously, Judy Cantwell held this role, and her title was Director of Accreditation and Compliance. And she oversaw the 2012 decennial review and then the 5th year interim report. And then when we lost her, Susan Gall and I worked together through the decennial review. After that, they posted Judy's job, but it was changed to Director of Accreditation Evaluation and Planning, which is a little bit different. And I think it's symbolic of how HCC is thinking differently about how we use accreditation as a lever to do strategic, aligned, important work that supports our students and their success. So institutional effectiveness is key to that. Institutional effectiveness is basically measuring and thinking about how each operational unit of the college effectively achieves its core functions in a way that connects to our college's mission and vision. So, establishing a framework to meaningfully account for and reflect on how well we do what we do and how we can do it even better, which would be that continuous improvement part. Well, that's the evaluation and planning part of what the SPY division and my department focuses on. So we're building out a model for that evaluation and planning. So in my role, I really work with everybody. I report to Kurt, but I work with everybody to help with oversight and support for our principles of accreditation and all of the things that go along with that.
That's excellent. And I think, I think that really speaks to the part of, why it's so important to be accredited. And sometimes when we're going through that process, we get bogged down in, we have to demonstrate that we're doing all these things, but that's not really the point of accreditation. So can you, this is something that affects everyone at HCC. It's something we're all a part of and really invested in. Can you talk a little bit about why that accreditation is so important and how it's related to the evaluation?
Absolutely. So accreditation is super important. On a baseline, being accredited allows us to offer federal financial aid. Our students need that. We need that. But it gives us institutional credibility around the state and the nation. The preparations for our SACS decennial review were really a game changer. We had broad engagement from across the college. We had collaborative writing of the affirmation report, and each of those pieces of the report required input from just a ton of people. Now, this is different than what had happened in 2012 and then again in 2017, where Judy wrote the whole thing herself, which looking back is bananas, right? The decennial report itself is a self-study. It's an opportunity for the entire college to reflect on what we do, how we do it, and the standards by which we measure effectiveness. Now, those who teach, I'm a English professor by training. Those of us who teach, we know the critical value of reflection. And so this required self-reflection at an institutional level is a great thing. Then the viewers who read our reports and visit us are our peers. They're our colleagues. They are insiders who know specific things about higher education. And the best of them want to help us succeed in what we do. They want to help us be better. And they want to commend us for the things that we do well. So this broad engagement for our most recent decennial report was huge. More than 300 employees interacted with SACS COC reviewers. And on our best day, during those 2 intense weeks, everyone knew how they connected to the SACS principles of accreditation, how they connected those to their work, and to our own ability to support students as they participate in excellent teaching and learning opportunities. On our best days, compliance is assumed. It's a result or a byproduct of our work, not the focus of it. So going forward, our emerging model will be built on these things: broad engagement, reflective practices, assessment and evaluation, and actions that help us continually improve. If we do this right, we'll align our work across divisions and we'll decrease redundancy of work, all of these good things.
It's really a big task, I know, yeah. with lots of people involved and lots of moving parts, especially at an organization of our size and complexity.
Absolutely.
Well, and HCC is really excited because we are getting ready to offer our first ever bachelor's programs this fall. And I know that has some SACS COC requirements and implications. Where are we with that work?
Excellent. I'm so excited about this. Our bachelor's programs in health science management and in artificial intelligence will be open this fall for students. Dr. Miguel Ramos is leading the implementation work on that. He's working with deans and faculties in those areas, as well as student services and admissions, so that we're ready for these new students. Now, from a SACS perspective, we are getting ready for a required SACS COC visit. When any institution adds degrees at a new level, they call it a level change. SACS COC requires a report and they require a visit. And so just like with our decennial review, reviewers will come and visit us. We believe that this will happen in February of 2024. And they'll come and visit our campus locations. They'll check out our new AI labs. They'll look at and examine how health sciences is offering that new programming. And so, just when you think we're done with visiting with them, oh no, we are not.
And I know that it's exciting. Also, trying to keep everybody ready and prepared. So we have just a little bit of time left. I know you're also involved in the shared governance and collaborative governance work. Can you tell us just a little bit about what's going on there?
Sure. The key point is that there is a small design team that is working to stand up a staff senate, which is completely exciting, right? It will mirror or be a great complement to our longstanding faculty senate work. And so the design team is working on what those elections will look at like, what the meeting patterns will happen. And for those of you who haven't heard, there's going to be a town hall tomorrow at 3 p.m. It'll be virtual. Anybody can join. And so if you have any questions about that, you can email Aaron Henry and he will send you the link to that. Everybody is welcome.
That's really exciting work. And, it just really increases that concept that we have at Houston Community College of shared governance and making sure that everyone has a voice. Well, I really want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And we hope to see you again soon. Dr. Melissa Miller-Waters, Director of Accreditation, Evaluation, and Planning for Strategy Planning and Institutional Effectiveness. We'll have all your information after the show. And next, we're going to move on to Parrish, who's going to be talking to Henry Yao.
Absolutely. I have the pleasure of talking to Henry Yao. He is Public Relations and Promotions Director for the Children's Museum of Houston and our Thursday virtual Family Fun Day guest. Welcome back, Henry. How you doing?
Thanks so much, Parrish. I'm glad to be back. It's been a while.
Now, you guys are going to be pretty busy. You guys are going to be very, very busy. Now, you guys, with kids home from school for the summer, you guys have something called Power Up Summer. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So Power Up Summer is our summer theme. It's sort of the umbrella of all the events that are happening this summer. Basically, every single Saturday of the month, we have a special event and following this Power Up theme. Power Up really means it's sort of this feeling that children get when they come to the museum. They just feel energized. They feel electrified. And we wanted to just name that. And so it just made sense for us to have our theme as being Power Up.
That is awesome. Now, that's a musical, right?
Well, there's several different things. So we have lots of different programs during the summer. We start with the musical that kicks off this weekend. It's called Power Up the Musical. And it basically, we have a cast from different high school students that participate throughout the summer. And we have a show that runs twice a day, every single day here at the museum. And that's just part of many things that are happening in the museum. We have, not only that, we have workshops that are happening every single day. We have performances every weekend. We have special guests. And then, of course, our exhibits, which are really the draw to the museum.
More than any other museum in town, I used to visit museums with my grandfather a lot when I was a kid. You guys are so awesome because you guys are so interactive with kids. It's like, I can't think of another museum in town that does as much as you guys do. You're so interactive with the public. Why is that?
Well, kids come first for us. Everything that we do, everything that we think about, we put it in a kid's perspective first. We actually have a kids committee. They're sort of like our advisory board for things that we're going to be doing at the museum. So all of the programming and exhibits, we run by our kids committee first. And so they get to tell us what they like and what they don't like. And basically we're sort of like on it. And, it's basically thought out by kids and we implement it by grownups. That's why I think it works.
Okay, that's a brilliant strategy. Now, one of the things, speaking of kids, and I just recently saw this movie, you guys are having a Spider-Verse collision. Tell me a little bit about that. By the way, it's a great movie. If you hadn't seen it, I won't spoil anything, but it's a great movie.
Oh man, I have not seen the second one. I saw the first one. I fell in love with it. And of course, we are having basically a fun celebration and inspired by the multiverse. So it is happening at the museum, but basically we're inviting everyone to come dress up in their favorite Spider-Man character. But the event really is inspired by the multiverse. So we have Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Spider-Gwen, along with all different types of activities that are going to be Spider-Man inspired, particularly the one with that's called a web sling showdown, which is actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, grown-ups cannot participate, but it's just for kids. But it's basically what, you know how like Spider-Man has web slings.
Right.
We divide them into two teams, and basically they just have a sort of a shootout and to see which web slinger does it best. And I think that's a huge draw for us. Kids love that because they're gonna get really messy.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Anytime they can get messy and have some fun, kids will love that. Now, I understand that you guys have some new regular exhibits because after all, you are a museum. You guys have some new regular exhibits. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. So in general, we have 13 permanent galleries, of which 2 of them constantly change. One is in our What's New gallery, we have an exhibit called Shocks and Jolts. It's our summer exhibit, and it's about electricity. So kids learn about electromagnetism, electrostatic electricity, and also about electric circuitry. What's cool in there is that actually kids get to physically make circuit connections. Like, for example, there is a musical bench that has these 2 metal ends, and you have to sit down and put your arm on one side, and then your friend has to sit down on the other side, and you guys like literally have to hold hands or like touch arms, rub arms, and then the bench will actually play music because you're making this electrical circuit connection that powers the musical boxes underneath the bench. So kids learn about electricity just through interactivity in that exhibit, and it's pretty amazing.
That is awesome. And I also know that you guys are doing something for Juneteenth. Tell me about that.
Oh man, Juneteenth it's our awesome, iconic celebration for June. We have the Ensemble Theater going to be doing several performances. We're doing actually 3 days of celebration from the 17th to the 19th. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to be celebrating Juneteenth. Our Saturday event is going to be the biggest. We have Joy of Jamba drumming. We also have a theater performance, and then we're also doing several story times. And basically, it's relating to poetry. It's relating to history, and it's relating to performances as well. So kids have an interactive day where they learn about history, which is Texas history. For people who are unfamiliar with Juneteenth, it's basically when African Americans in Galveston actually heard the news that they were actually free, and so it has a very historical and local connection to us, and that's what we're going to be celebrating Juneteenth at the museum.
And hooking up with the Ensemble Theater. Ensemble Theater's been doing great work for decades here in this town. So that's awesome you guys hooked up with them. Oh,
absolutely. We definitely want to support all local nonprofits, theater groups, musical groups. And we'd love to partner with anything that will lift us off.
Wow. So you guys are pretty busy between Spider-Man stuff and Juneteenth stuff. Y'all had a pretty packed summer. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it actually will go through the end of August. Like I said, we have every Saturday we have a special event, and it's something really different each time. So like if parents come this weekend, next weekend is completely different. So there's always something new to do at the museum.
That is absolutely awesome. And before I let you get out of here, what is Dynamite Day? And don't mention good times. Because he might have that copywritten. Jimmy Walker might have that copywritten.
Dynamite is great. So Dynamite is really about dinosaurs. We will bring actually life-size dinosaurs. We're basically bringing them back from prehistoric age, and they're going to be roaming around the museum. And really the whole idea is to teach kids about our prehistory, about dinosaurs, about careers in archaeology and fossils. And so they're going to be doing a fossil digging activity as well on that day. And they get to take pictures with real life size dinosaurs, quote unquote.
Great. Okay. So they know what kind of meal they're going to be. I get you. All right. That sounds good. Now, listen, before we get out of here, tell everybody the address and what time you guys are in your operating hours so they know what times they can come through.
Absolutely. So we're open 7 days a week during the summer, and our doors open at 10 a.m. And actually on Thursdays, we extend our hours later on Thursdays. We have free family nights on Thursdays from 5 to 8 p.m. And general admission is $17 per person. But it includes everything that I mentioned. You pay admission and it includes mostly everything. It's performances, workshops, exhibits. The one thing where you have to pay extra is our secret spy experience, which is only $7 if you want to do that. And that's an amazing thing that you probably will have to try out yourself.
Okay, that sounds great. His name is Henry Yao. He is Public Relations and Promotions Director for the Children's Museum of Houston, and he's our Thursday virtual family fun day guest. Come back again, Henry, during the summer, man, and let us know some more stuff you guys are doing.
Absolutely, will do. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we will obviously have more of your information in our post after the show. Dr. Tang, you still with me?
I'm still here. I mean, I'm so excited about all the fun things happening at the Children's Museum Houston.
That's a lot of stuff.
I mean, yeah. I think I'm going to have to grab my nephew and go check it out.
You should. I have no kids to grab. All mine are grown. Thank you.
You're going to have to go on a day when you can just be a kid at heart and go.
Yeah, but they shun out the adults. They got a kids council. So. But it is, but the one thing about that is, they're very interactive, with kids. I mean, there's always something to do at that museum, and it's great. It's great for the city. I wish more museums actually did that.
It is. It really is. And if you're a Houstonian and you haven't been, you need to check it out. So I know we have some news, events, and announcements, and I'm going to kick it off today. There will be actually tomorrow brave conversations on women's sexual health that will be hosted by HCC's Counseling and Ability Services. The title is Women's Perspectives, Creating a Space for Brave Conversations on Women's Sexual Health. And that will be tomorrow, Friday, 11 a.m., June 9th. That's going to be on Zoom. And you can check our post after the show for registration info. And there's also going to be a Community Day open house.
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be a Community Day open house at the North Forest campus. HCC students, high school students, and parents, and the community are invited to tour the North Forest campus. It's beautiful. I've been by there before. You can participate in fun activities and learn more about training opportunities, dual credit, community learning classes, and academic offerings. Don't miss this chance to meet with program experts with questions answered. Also, take a free class, visit resource vendors, and have a bit of fun to close out your school year. It happens 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, June the 10th at HCC's North Forest campus. Check our post on the show for registration information.
You can also check out our Young Filmmakers Boot Camp. That's going to be at A. Hayes campus. This is the site for the 3-week workshop sponsored by Southwest Alternate Media Project, or SWAMP, part of the Houston Cinema Arts Society. It's also funded in part by the City of Houston and the Houston Arts Alliance. That's going to be from 8:30 to 5 p.m. That's Monday through Friday, June 12th to June 16th. Again, HCC A. Hayes campus. Check out our post after the show for registration info.
All right. And Juneteenth Freedom Day is going to happen on the Coleman campus. Come celebrate the historic liberation of African Americans with food and festivities at the Coleman Tower Atrium. It happens 11 a.m. Thursday, June the 15th at HCC Coleman's Atrium Tower. Now, you can also check out our post after the show for registration information.
Do you have a favorite faculty member? If you do, if you have an inspirational instructor, the HCC Faculty Senate is accepting nominations for the Faculty Teaching Excellence Award. Nominations will be accepted through August 31st, and the winners will be announced at the Betachek Orman auction. Check our post after the show for details so you can nominate your favorite faculty member.
Fall registration is open. Yes, I said fall registration has now begun, but you can still register for the summer. So hurry if you want to secure your course, professor, location, and all that good stuff. All classes offer in-person and online options. It's online anytime, online on the schedule, hybrid, as well as in-person and hybrid lab. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply. That is hccs.edu/apply. And coming up, Dr. Tan.
That's right.
Our own Central Community Outreach Coordinator, Joe Sam, will join us to talk about his Juneteenth documentary that he is involved in, and he is also presenting to HCC students, faculty, and staff.
That's right. We're excited to hear from Joe Sam about this very important documentary that was filmed here in our area and in Galveston. We're also going to be welcoming Cheryl Whitaker of HCC's Fashion Merchandising Program to talk about all those fabulous offerings, including virtual reality and XR for their pop-up shows. Thanks so much for being here with me today, Parrish.
Absolutely. It's always fun, Dr. Tan. Always fun.
That's right. It's a great day when we get to be on Up to the Minute. Well, we want to thank all of our guests for joining us, and we'll see you next time.